Okay, so you're here because you really want to understand the MEO Rip Curl Pro Portugal, right? Like
Yeah.
more than just the basics.
Yeah.
You want to know what makes this event so special, so important.
Right.
Well, this deep dive is going to get into all of that. We're going to really unpack the key elements of this competition using all this material we have.
Exactly.
And really, our aim is to give you a genuinely informed perspective on this event. You know, the MEO Rip Curl Pro Portugal. We want to give you all those crucial details, all the interesting angles, the kind of stuff you'd end up chatting about with another surf fan.
Yeah, consider it your insider's take on the whole thing.
Okay, perfect. So let's jump into this. The MEO Rip Curl Pro Portugal. Now, it's not just another tour stop, is it? This one feels like a real anchor for the WSL Championship Tour.
Yeah, it really is. It holds a prime spot and draws the absolute elite of the surfing world to, you know, a specific and famously challenging wave.
And when we say challenging, we mean Supertubos.
Oh, yeah,
That name just screams serious surf.
it does. Supertubos is world-renowned for its powerful barreling waves. I mean, look, the material here compares it to Hawaii's pipeline.
Right.
And if you know anything about surfing, that signals the intensity and the skill required to ride it. This wave demands respect.
Yeah, you're not dealing with mellow rolling waves here.
No, no, no. This is heavy water.
And this all takes place in October, right?
Right.
Turning Peniche into basically the center of the surf world for that period.
Exactly. October is strategic.
Yeah.
It aligns with the prime Atlantic swell season. And visually, it's something else.
Yeah.
You've got golden cliffs as this backdrop to the vibrant energy of the beach crowds. It's electric.
You can almost feel the anticipation just thinking about it.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, those unpredictable Atlantic swells, they really throw in this big element of chance, don't they?
They do.
Hmm.
The ever-changing nature of those swells means that the conditions can shift so quickly. It adds a huge layer of complexity and excitement.
So it's more than a competition then. It's like a full immersion in surfing culture. It's for the diehards, but also anyone who just loves to watch amazing athleticism and the raw power of the ocean.
You got it. It's more than points and rankings. It's
Mhm.
about the lifestyle and the passion of surfing.
I love that. Okay, so we've got this amazing stage set with Supertubos.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the athletes. The surfers who take on these waves. I mean, we are talking about the best in the world.
Absolutely the best. We're talking about the creme de la creme.
Exactly. And you see these names constantly excelling in these powerful conditions. You know, the material highlights some of the big names on the men's side.
Yeah.
You've got Gabriel Medina, just a name synonymous with performing under pressure.
Oh, yeah.
And then John Florence, known for his smooth style, even in the heaviest waves.
Unbelievable style.
And then you've got Italo Ferreira, who just brings this explosive, dynamic energy to riding.
Absolutely.
But it's not just the established legends who make this event compelling, right? There's this whole new generation pushing the limits.
Oh, totally. The source mentions some rising stars like Ethan Ewing and Griffin Colapinto, both incredibly driven and ready to make their mark against, those big names.
They represent the future of the sport.
They really do.
And we can't forget about the women. The women's field is just as competitive, sometimes even more so.
Yeah, you could argue they're raising the bar.
Absolutely. The material mentions Carissa Moore, a true icon and multiple world champion. And then there's Tyler Wright, known for her power and determination.
Oh, yeah.
And then a surfer with a really special connection to Supertubos Courtney Conlog.
The queen of Supertubos.
Yeah, they call her the queen of Supertubos. And that's not just a nickname. It really speaks to her deep understanding of these waves.
It does. It shows in her performances there.
Mhm.
The source really emphasizes how consistently impressive the women are at Supertubos.
It makes you wonder, what is it about Courtney's approach that lets her shine like that?
It's fascinating.
It is. But, with all the experience and all that skill, the ocean is unpredictable. Rankings can change in a single heat.
That's the beauty of surfing. The ocean is the wild card. Upsets happen.
Yeah.
Any given day, a surfer can rise to the challenge.
I love that. So let's talk more about Supertubos. This wave is like a character in all of this. It's the star of the show.
It is. It's more than just water. It's a force that dictates how the whole competition unfolds.
And the fact that it's a beach break, that's a big deal, right?
It's huge. It means that the wave changes with the swell, direction, the wind, the tides.
So conditions could be firing in the morning
Totally.
and then completely different in the afternoon.
That's right. The ideal is those fast, hollow barrels. That's the pinnacle of surfing.
But even for the pros, that's got to be demanding.
Oh, absolutely. Precision and courage are essential.
So when those perfect barrels aren't happening, the focus shifts to strategy, right? It becomes less about physical prowess and more about reading the ocean.
Exactly. Wave selection becomes critical.
Yeah.
Surfers need to pick the right waves, ones with scoring potential. And then there's the takeoff. The timing has to be perfect.
Mm.
And once you're inside that barrel, it's all about split-second decisions.
So the mental game becomes just as important as the physical.
Without a doubt.
It's a demanding environment. And then you've got the cold Portuguese waters.
Yeah, we're talking 16, 18 degrees Celsius.
Right.
That's 60, 64 Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
You need a full wetsuit, which can be restrictive.
It's another challenge for these athletes.
Absolutely.
Now, beyond the competition itself, this event really creates a buzz, right? It's more than just surfing. It's a cultural experience.
It is. Peniche comes alive. The town is filled with surf enthusiasts from all over the world.
It's a global gathering.
Totally.
And it's not just for diehards, right? You've got the live music, the food stalls. It's a festival atmosphere.
Exactly. It appeals to everyone, whether you're a hardcore fan or just looking for a good time.
And the local Portuguese fans, they really bring the energy, don't they?
They do. The source talks about their passion, their excitement on the beach. They cheer for everyone.
Yeah, it's not just about nationality. It's about celebrating the sport.
Exactly.
And for those thinking about going to Portugal, it sounds like Peniche has a lot to offer.
It does. You can visit the historic Peniche Fortress, Belial Island. There's a lot to explore beyond the surfing.
It's a complete experience. Okay, so let's do some predicting. We know surfing is unpredictable, but based on everything we've talked about, who are some of the names to watch this year?
All right, let's play the guessing game. On the men's side, Gabriel Medina is a serious threat. He's a two-time world champ. He knows how to handle pressure.
He's got that clutch factor.
He does.
What about John Clarence? His style seems perfect for barreling waves.
It is. When the waves are hollow, he's always a contender.
Okay, now for the women?
Carissa Moore is a force. She's a 5-time world champ.
Yeah.
She performs at such a high level consistently.
And of course, there's Courtney Conlogue. She's got that home court advantage at Supertubos.
She does. She knows this wave so well.
But as we keep saying, anything can happen. That's what makes it so exciting.
Exactly. Underdogs can emerge. Wild cards can shake things up. That's the beauty of surfing.
Now, for those who can't be there in person, how can they catch all the action?
Well, the WSL website and their app, they've got live streaming of the whole event. You can watch from anywhere in the world.
So cool. And for those lucky enough to be in Portugal, they can experience it all live.
Nothing beats being there in person. Feeling the energy, hearing the waves, it's a whole other level.
And if all this talk of surfing makes you want to try it, Peniche sounds like a good spot.
It is.
Yeah.
Supertubos is for the experienced surfers, but there are breaks for all levels. They've got surf schools, rental shops.
Awesome. So we've covered a lot about the MEO Rip Curl Pro Portugal. We've talked about the power of Supertubers, the incredible athletes, the whole cultural scene.
We have. It's this amazing mix of high-stakes competitions, stunning waves, and a vibrant culture.
And it's that unpredictable interaction between the surfer and the ocean that makes it so compelling. It reminds you that even with all the skill in the world, nature is still in charge.
Totally.
Yeah.
And when you think about the dedication it takes to master this environment, it's incredible. The physical skill, but also the mental strength to handle those unpredictable conditions. It really makes you appreciate the art and the athleticism of surfing.
It really does.
Yeah.
Well said.
Thanks for listening.
Cheers.